Also, this one is going to be a VAR, which I don't know how different these things are. They kind of look the same to me. Maybe there's some subtle differences here and there. But also, I noticed this, you cheeky bastard. Huh, slight problem with the scope. I might need to change this. Alrighty, so here we are in Gunners Plaza with our AAR and also VAR. I changed it to an ACOG scope, which still gives me good zoom, but not as much as a 4x, but whatever. I'm only missing out on an extra 1x zoom, and there's the reload animation in first and third person, and take a look at it. Yep, it's very tactical. I'm not sure whether that laser sight is either untextured or supposed to be like that. Either way, it suits the HUD, so, you know, that's pretty good. We'll get started with our almost 300 damaging thing, and we'll see how we go. Now, I do usually play on very hard difficulty, so honestly, we probably don't even need to use this thing in a sneak build to, you know, push its damage so it actually kills things very, very quickly. As you can tell, having no problems killing anything so far. And that'll be pretty much the same thing for the rest of Gunners Plaza. Let's just enjoy cheesing this, shall we? Not seeing any significant recoil despite using 77 grain ammunition. Maybe it's just the foregrip on the front keeping the recoil super controllable. If it was like Battlefield 4, the first shot recoil would be reduced by 33%, that's about it. There was, I think the foregrip was just reduced movement spread when you're like on the move and shooting. I think that's what that did back in that game. Alright, so that's the automatic one. It's very, very powerful. This one should be less strong. It's got the, oh, it still can fire pretty fast. Okay. Normally I'd expect the ones with semi-auto to be not as good, but this thing doesn't seem to have a super low rate of fire, so it's going to be pretty devastating regardless, and we can hit him in the head, shoots him in one, so it's a lot more powerful than vanilla weapons, as you can tell, which means we're going to be dropping these guys very, very easily, which might be a problem for some people. Might be quick to flag the overpowered button, but honestly, I don't really mind. It's whether these enemies can do the same damage to you that makes it fun, because if it's like a... That's why survival is so good with the combat, because no one was really all that tanky anymore. There's Captain Bridget, by the way. We're finally getting the drop on her for once, and she's a tough cookie, so she'll take a few of these bullets before she drops. Also, I'm not seeing any... maybe I should get to cover. I'm not seeing any of the knockdowns coming from this, so maybe this thing is not really actually marked as a scope, or actually is a scope according to the game, but that's okay. If we were knocking people down, it'd be even more overpowered than it is, but whatever, that's fine. A little bit easier to track your targets when you're at close range with a reflex sight, that's for sure. We're almost done, we'll quickly reload this. And now we are done. A very walk in the park version of Gunners Plaza there, because this thing really kicks ass, so we'll move on to some monsters, see how fast we can cheese them. I've played Fallout 4 for so long on super overpowered characters, and it's not modded, by the way. You can get this stuff really easily through the vanilla game. You just need to level up yourself enough to and have high endurance, and eventually you'll have thousands of hit points at your disposal. So sometimes being squishy, where is that fire coming from? I don't know. But sometimes being squishy is kind of fun, because that means you can actually enjoy combat. You actually feel danger in it rather than just like cheesing everything in like this. Not to saying this weapon's bad, but it gives me an idea of what I can do for a Fallout 4 live stream if ever I want to come back and, you know, see what this is all about. And my idea is we'll do like a Frost playthrough, but instead of like a regular boring old Frost playthrough, because everybody's done it, I'll do it where I have to find all of the companions that I've made, like an Avengers Assemble type Frost thing, and then I'll just cheese it at the end with all of the followers with me. I want to see how that works. I reckon it'd take me a few hours to actually get that shit done, but yeah. Now Swan is dead because we've just killed him super easily with sneak attack criticals. You can see at the top of the screen that I've got the HUD ready for some survival mode there. That's what it's been there for. I've been planning to do it for a while, but Fallout 76 has taken precedence over it. Alright, so we'll move on to something else. No, screw it. I'm not done killing super mutants left. I really want to kill some more super mutants because this thing will make these guys so much less tanky. Makes them a lot more bearable. Ah, that's the stuff. See, before Fallout 76, these guys were basically super mutant tank lords because they were big old bullet sponges. And it was a pain in the ass to deal with these guys. But at least they gave you a fairly decent amount of XP, I suppose. Sure. Alright, what have we got over here? So we are using the semi-auto one still, see if I can get through this without being detected. Never mind, it just happened, but regardless of that, we'll keep on going, and probably what we'll do, we'll aim in third person, because oh, for fuck's sake. See, one of the things annoying about Fallout 4 is the reloads reset if you switch viewpoints, and I thought the reload animation was done, but there's a little bit of extra reload animation to do after you've shoved the mag in, like the hand sort of reset. Here, I'll show you. See, it takes like a second after the hand sort of resets before you actually get the bullets in, so yeah, that's kind of annoying, but regardless, firing this thing in third person seems to be a lot more accurate because you don't have the visual recoil in the way. That is why I don't use see-through scopes, because all of the visual recoil, it means it's harder for you to actually see your target, so I find that actually really kind of annoying. It's less for automatic weapons because usually the recoil on those is a little bit different to begin with. But for semi-auto ones, the barrel usually does this animation. It's especially noticeable with the combat rifle, actually. But this is sort of no exception, really, because you've got the sight housing of the 556, and then you've got that front post of the iron sights that is still there. I like how it's still there. It gives the gun a nice aesthetic, but it gets in my way sometimes. And I think there seems to be a bit of a muzzle flash in my way too, you know, despite having a suppressor on, which is odd. But regardless of all of that nonsense, I feel like we're doing just fine with this thing, especially against these super mutants, which are, you know, notoriously tanky in this game. So, and of course we can one-shot rad roaches. That was a legendary. That one's usually legendary, actually. And we'll quickly kill the doggos, and then we'll be done. Yeah, I'm not liking this muzzle flash despite this thing being suppressed, but there you go. Notice how there was a pause there between when I sort of finished the animation and when the bullets actually, you know, were actually in the gun according to the display. But yeah, there's a little bit of things that need to be changed with this, but all in all, the power is good. Probably too overpowered, but whatever. Alrighty, time to kill the crab. And I think a good indication of the power level of a weapon that it might be a little bit overpowered is not having to rely on sneak attack criticals or VAT criticals to make it do a whole lot of damage. So I think this weapon definitely has shown that. But regardless of that, we're going to be using the semi-auto one with some VAT criticals and sneak attack criticals just to start off, get a little bit of a head start, because this guy is perceptive, so probably stop there with the criticals because they're too fucking slow, but we'll just keep on shooting him and hopefully getting sneak attack criticals on him just to get as much damage as we possibly can. Did we go through an entire 30 bullets in that? I don't feel like we did. That's odd. Luckily we can see his health bar there, or his, yeah, I guess his health bar, because we can shoot exactly where he is without having to worry about where our bullets are going. And now we're at a point where he's detected us, but we're still doing quite a good amount of damage. Now, notice how he's not staggering with this thing at all. We're not getting as many bullets out there as we would be using a auto receiver, but he's not staggering in semi-auto. So if we switch to full auto, as you can tell, we can stagger him. We'll stop him right in his tracks. So definitely a better idea to go for a automatic weapon here. And as compared to what this thing does in VATS in terms of its fully automatic receiver, you only get 4 shots, which is, you know, still. Oh, he actually attacked the mysterious stranger there. He full on face planted, dived for it. Also, there's a bear. The bear's honestly the least of our problems right now, but the bear's gonna stagger the crab, isn't he? The crab will fucking immediately turn and burn it, but it was a nice stagger. Thank you, bear, for distracting it. And also, that reload failed. No, it didn't. The bullet sort of came there after the reload animation reset. Right there. Okay, that's kind of weird. I think that the animations or the reload animations aren't actually meant for this weapon. They've just been like put in there. They work for what they are, but I feel like the timing of that it's a little bit off. But anyways, I think you get the idea of this weapon. It's a pretty good one. So if you'd like to see this thing in your game, firstly I'd have to check with Ardent if I could post a link or a mirror to this on for his mod in the description. But if you'd like to see this thing in your game, PC only, check the link out in the description. Thank you for watching, guys. I burped.